So what you just listened to was part one of a two-part interview with Mike Fallek. We covered a various amount of freaking topics and everything. One of which we ended on with was what sports are really sports and everything like that. We pick up in part two, which you can also view on YouTube. Go to the 3R Show YouTube and you can get basically a preview of next week's episode in the visual format. So I have part one and part two recorded and it is up on the YouTube page. So check it out if you want to get a sneak peek of next week's episode. I mean, when I make these video episodes, they come out before the podcast episode because I record so many podcasts at a time and everything. So once I get the videos, I shoot them right up. Matter of fact, today, as I sit here and I record this, I'm going to be putting out another video episode on the YouTube page featuring Dan Dinkins of the Starting Five podcast. We talk about music and how we deal with life during these trying times and everything. So that's going to be another interesting interview that's going to be up on the 3R Show YouTube page. So go ahead over to YouTube, subscribe, hit them notifications. I sound like an ad on YouTube, just how those professional YouTubers do it. You know, like and subscribe. Hit the button, cling the thing for freaking updates and shit. But anytime Mike Fallek is on the show, is a thorough hoot and everything. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed the episode that's yet to come. Also, episodes that are yet to come, I have got to talk to Abdul Malik. He is one of the graphic designers behind some of the great pieces that you've seen WWE post for their Saudi Arabia shows and whatnot. So he's a big component of those shows over there when they go do the Riyadh shows and all those other things like that. So look forward to that. You can also see that interview now on the YouTube page. So go over to YouTube, 3R Show, type it in the search bar, and you'll find me and Abdul, and you can see that interview. That'll come out after the Mike Fallek podcast. So yeah, man, if you want the preview, it's there. You just got to sit in front of your screen and watch it. But if you a high preppy motherfucker and you pay for YouTube Premium or Red or whatever the fuck they call it now, you can just put it in your pocket, close it down, and then you can just listen to it like it's a podcast. So that's if you're on the high end of the spectrum and whatnot. So yeah, but stay tuned for part two of this interview with Mike Fallek. Sports, or is it not sports? That's going to be the topic of discussion for that. So, yeah, I felt like I was in a ladder match this weekend because we got hit by the Homeowners Association for having mildew and scum on the side of our house, which is way the hell up there on top of the house. So I don't know how they finding the shit out. Is they pulling over on the curb and they just damn scaling the side of my house and checking for mold when I'm not there or whatever. So I don't know how this process works, but I think the Homeowners Association is a piece of shit, you know, governing how I freaking take care of my shit, you know. I mean, I granted it needed to be cleaned and everything, and I'm glad that they brought it to my attention because I had to go to Home Depot, and run a damn 12-foot ladder. Felt like I was in a WWE ladder match and shit, and scale the side of my house and spray mildew blocker and degreaser, whatever the fuck, on the side of my house. I had to go up in the second floor windows of my house and hang out of the goddamn window and wipe my windows down and do all this other extra shit that I wouldn't have thought of doing edgewise. But what is the purpose of the Homeowner Association other than to snitch on motherfuckers? You know, I've seen houses that have been in disarray for many months, many weeks and everything, and nothing has seemed to be done about it. But I'm getting notices and knocks on my door. I ain't getting no knocks on my door because the motherfucker knock on my door, we're going to have an issue there. We're going to have the same conversation that I'm bitching about right now on this recording. But damn, what happens to those people? What the Homeowners Association threatening you about? Oh, we'll take away your amenities and all this other bullshit. What amenities are you providing me? You're not cutting my grass. You're not repairing my fences whenever they get jacked up by wild animals or whatever the case may be. You talk about goddamn, we ain't gonna have access to the little community pool and the little thing in there. I don't give a fuck. I got a pool in my backyard, so I don't never use your shit. Then the playground down the road, oh, we can't go play on the playground. My son is about to be 18 years old. He ain't going to play on the playground. I have a 10-year-old, but she don't like to really go outside that much because it's too fucking hot. And then in the wintertime, it's too freaking cold. Well, not really here in Texas, but still, you know, what I'm saying is the playground ain't getting used. So I don't give a fuck about you yanking your amenities or whatever. Matter of fact, you can yank my amenities if you daggone cut off the goddamn fee that you charge me for not doing shit. You ain't doing shit. You ain't providing me a service. You just sitting here sending me, you wasting paper, sending me shit and getting on my goddamn nerves. Anyway, fuck the homeowners association. If you have a homeowners association that does well by you, kudos to you. But fuck mine. God damn it. Yeah, man, I just had to get that off my chest. It's just been weighing on my mind and everything. And yeah, I'm shaking my drink. But speaking of drinks, this thing is delicious. I found this at HEB. You went to somewhere other than Walmart? Yes, I did. Shut up. But I don't know what compelled me to get it. One of the key things right here is dairy free. I am lactose intolerant. So I look for things that don't make my guts bubble and shit. So I tried it out and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Matter of fact, I'm taking a swig for the working man right now. If you're watching Genius, go ahead and shoot me an email. mail@randomrob.com. Let's talk some sponsorship because I thoroughly enjoy your product. Speaking of products, you can go ahead and check out the sponsors at Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. So go to hooksrubsandspices.etsy.com and you can get 15% off your order with promo code RANDOM. Also check out Poddex. It's a wonderful tool for your podcasting tool belt. So you can go to poddex.com and use promo code RANDOM. You can also get 10% off your order. Everybody wondering where the Blue Chew ads are at. But those will be back in September. I had to get a hold of Blue Chew and everything because, you know, everything is in disarray because of the pandemic and shit. So we struck another accord and whatnot. And September, we're going to start those Blue Chew ads, baby. We're going to freaking have the sexy time music. And you going to get the voice back. And we're going to talk ever so gently and sensually about Blue Chew, baby. You know what I'm talking about. You like how that hit your ears. You like how my voice is reverberating through your ear holes or through your speakers right now. But I don't even know if my sound effects was playing just then. But yeah, those are coming back. So yeah, I ain't got nothing else, man. I just using my camera because I got it. I got all this equipment and everything that's just been sitting by the wayside. Now that I got a space to set it up in and, you know, work with it in, I'm going to start taking advantage of it or whatnot. So usually these show closings are strictly, you know, detained in the side of the podcast. But now you get to hear and see me put these things together. So yeah, I'll be trying to do more of these as they come to me. And shenanigans. Boom. Anyway, you can follow me on Twitter at 3R Show for any general updates and shenanigans pertaining to this podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at the 3R Show, to where you can watch me walk through the hollowed halls of Walmart and get into shenanigans. I might pop up in HEB and get some of this Genius drink, which is very delicious. Sponsor me. Yeah. You can also go to the YouTube page that I've been plugging. You can see some of these interviews that you're listening to, and helps support the show. Hit subscribe and shit. Subscribe. And yeah, I'm just trying to implement a lot of things for the community. if the Random Ramblings with Rob has a community, I want to hear from you. I want to reach out to you and whatnot and talk and just have fun and have camaraderie and shit like that. So I have a Discord that is up and running, a server that you can join. There'll be links in this show description. There'll be links in this video wherever it gets posted. So you can join the Discord server, and we can talk about many things. I got it broken down into categories. If you just strictly into Twitter stuff, there's a category chat for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all those things. There's a chat specifically tailored to you if that's your platform of choice. And I just want to build a community, a networking pool and whatnot. So come on over, join the show on Discord. Also, I've been getting into Twitch gaming. So you can go to twitch.tv/3R show. I've been getting my ass kicked in Def Jam Fight for New York with all this buzz coming around from Def Jam. Supposedly they got some news about, the Def Jam Fighter series and whatnot. So hopefully it's either a remaster or maybe they're moving forward into the next gen or current gen with a new game. That has yet to be seen. I wouldn't mind a freaking full-on remaster of the current game. Or hell, even a button redesign for Def Jam Icon, because that game looked beautiful. It went away from the old controls of Def Jam Vendetta and Def Jam Fight for New York. But freaking Def Jam Icon was a beautiful game, and I wouldn't mind playing that again. I mean, even though the button mashing and all that stuff is kind of shitty, but just the overall aesthetic of the thing is beautiful. So twitch.tv/3R show. Drop a follow on there. And, that's another one of those things, just kind of like YouTube. A lot of people don't like to sit in front of their device or TV or whatever and watch video content no more. They just want to feed the audio into their ears and whatnot. And, it is what it is. But I'm trying to hit everybody's taste and whatnot. I'm trying to do more things because I have the means to now. So, yeah. But there's also some other ways that you can help support this show by going to randomrob.com. You go to randomrob.com, you can find merchandise, which I'm not wearing right now because I'm supporting my man Kof. But you can get cool stuff like this here beanie. I know it's summertime and it's hot, but in this office it's cold. So I wear my beanie and everything. And you can get one too if you're up in those northern climates that kind of stay cold all the time. There's also t-shirts, stickers, buttons, all kinds of things that you can purchase to help support this show. These walls that have been painted around me right now, it's come from people buying t-shirts and everything. Some of these cables and cords for these lights and, battery packs for this camera and everything come from people buying shirts and hats and all kinds of things like that, which I very much so appreciate. There's also a Patreon on there. You can go for $1. That's the only tier I got. There's a $10 tier, but that's some other shit. Don't even worry about that. But the dollar tier is for you. For $12 a year, you can help support the Random Rounds with Rob. But at the same time, this is what I say about merchandise. If you buy a freaking shirt for $18, that's well over 1 year subscription to the Patreon. So merch is king. I would rather you walk around with random on your chest than, that Patreon shit. But it's there as an option for you. Hell, if you just want to give me cash straight up, I got my PayPal and my freaking Cash App on randomrob.com. Also, if you want to help support and get some of these wires and, doodads to help me put a better equipment set, there's Amazon wish links down there. You can see my wish list of things that I want to try to get, and you can help support that way. But the most important way that you can help this podcast and any other podcast that you listen to is by liking, subscribing, retweeting, freaking writing reviews on whatever podcast platform that you listen to allows you to write reviews on. Those are the most important ways, and free, to help support any podcast or anything that you view or listen to or whatnot. Whether it be a Twitch stream or a YouTube video, putting in those comments helps out tremendously because you're engaging. You help us freaking find ways to improve our shows. And hell, it gets those corporate sponsors on the radar as well. Because I would rather spend their money than your money. You know, because I know I'm lucky enough to be working during these trying times, and there's not a lot of people that's that freaking fortunate. So, I mean, you keep your money close to you to provide for you and your family and whatnot. You know, you don't spend that shit on a random beanie or a hat or whatnot. You take care of your family first, and then if you're inclined to support, you know, monetarily, that's cool. But like, subscribe, retweet, engage with the show, write reviews. Free ways to help support the show, and is the most important ways to help support this show and any other show that you listen to. But I sat here and ran my mouth long enough. I appreciate you for listening. I appreciate you for viewing. And I'll see you next time.